Hey, what's going on, people? This is Elder Tenchi, and I am so excited that Incredibles 2 is coming out or getting worked on. I was a big Incredibles fan when the first one came out. We got the DVD, and I love the extra features, everything from talking about the other heroes to my favorite character in that movie was actually I forgot her name, but she was the one that's designed all the heroes' suits. You know what I'm saying? She was so eccentric, such a drama queen type character. But even though her part was was kind of small, I still loved what she did. My second favorite character, Frozone, aka Samuel L. Jackson, and Dash. Even though he's the kid with the he's the speedster with an ego. I mean, you know, like nobody can catch me. He really stepped up when his family, especially when his sister was in trouble, and at the end when Violet was starting to be more comfortable in her own skin and everything. So I'm wondering, what are they gonna do with Incredibles 2? Because essentially Incredibles 2 has a lot to live up to Incredibles 1. Incredibles 1 was a coming to terms kind of midlife crisis type story. You know what I'm saying? Like the glory days are over, so you have to come to terms with everyday life and try and fit in with normal society, which is something that they don't do. I mean, Mr. Incredible, come on, please. Went from saving the world on a day-to-day basis to selling insurance and dealing with bad guys on the inside. I mean, that wasn't him. Elastigirl being even though she kind of she seemed to like being a regular housewife. She was a dope hero. You know what I'm saying? Trying to teach her husband to be a little bit more flexible, and she could stand on her own. You know what I'm saying? I love that. So, what are they going to do with Incredibles 2? Maybe, I'm just thinking, maybe they could go a little further in time and see how the kids are growing up. Maybe Dash's ego could probably, blow up or something, and he kind of gets himself into, a sticky situation. Maybe Violet has to step up and be the crazy hero that she didn't think she was going to be. I mean, even though she's coming out of her shell more, especially at the end of the last movie. Maybe Jack could have a part. Even though he had a huge part battling Syndrome at the end of number 1. And if anybody has the DVD or the Blu-ray of Incredibles, and watch that short film where we see the babysitter trying to handle Jack as his powers are developing. That was crazy. So what do you guys think the route they might take with this new Incredibles 2 project? Are you excited about it? Let me know in the comments below. The second piece of news was the teaser for Charlie Brown. The new Charlie Brown film. I like the way it's animated. I really do. I'm really glad they didn't fully render it in, sorry, a little shaky cam there, sorry. I'm really happy that they didn't render it like total CGI like they did with the, like what they did with the Smurfs. It looks like they blended 2D and 3D and a little bit of hand-drawn stuff in there, and it was a total teaser. It didn't tell you anything really about the movie. All it did was show Charlie Brown and Snoopy at doing his thing, and you got the classic theme, which is from what I understand called Linus and Lucy. I've been listening to that all my life. That classic tune from the original cartoons, and it looking like the original comic strip and everything, and all it did was show what it was going to look like, what the characters are going to look like, a little bit of what the voices are going to sound like. It brought you back to the days where you would read a classic Peanuts comic in the newspaper, or you would watch the movies, you know, the really heart-wrenching movies at times, or you would watch the original show. I remember watching the original show on Disney Channel back in the 90s when Disney Channel would have their annual, you know, free trial thing during the month. I remember they had the original My Little Pony on their schedule, and they had Charlie Brown along with some of their other classic Disney cartoons. And that's how I got introduced to the Charlie Brown cartoon, alongside the, you know, the Christmas special and the other films. So this looks like it might be a great, you know, great story, you know, and a great movie to just go, and if you got kids, go watch with your kids and enjoy. I mean, Charlie Brown is timeless, you know what I'm saying? Charlie Brown is timeless, and I'm really glad that they're not gonna just redo the whole thing with a lot of pop culture, you know, with a lot of pop culture references or anything like that. They're gonna keep it in the same vein it's been in for years. The original creators, I believe son and grandson are the ones that are helming this project and that are writing this project. So of course they're not just gonna let their families, their family's legacy and this whole idea of Charlie Brown just go straight to, you know, from a kid who is living in the time of what I'm guessing the 1950s and 60s, and just bring him to the 2000s where everything is pretty much, where everything is modernized and technical. I don't think that's what it's going to be. With Charlie Brown, it's always been about storytelling. So, what do you guys think about this news? What do you think of the new Incredible 2 news? How do you feel about the Charlie Brown teaser? Check it out, leave a comment below, and I will see you in the next video. Peace, love, and never be normal.